Hey world, how you doing? It's Danny Jones. World, coming back at you real quick with another fast video. I've been working, so I haven't really had time to do any videos. But just want to ask you guys a real quick question. Now, with the Sandy Hook shooting and the after effects of that, Obama talking about background checks, legislation, and blase blase, the question of the day is, see, it always comes back to people who have criminal records, it's always a scapegoat. Well, my question is, out of the many mass shootings dating all the way back to, say, Columbine, how many people who actually went in and did a mass killing had a criminal record prior to them going in and committing these atrocious acts? See, we can sit back all day and try and blame criminals, but like my 84-year-old neighbor says, a criminal is just a person who got caught. So basically, you're trying to avoid the real issue, which goes back to pharmaceutical companies putting people on these jacked up ass drugs, normal people, and making them psychopathic killers. You're ducking the real issue. And what Obama and all the lawmakers should talk about is these drugs. Because I know for a fact, I've never heard of a convicted felon, a regular Joe Blow convicted felon going in and killing anybody because they didn't get a job because of their background. Because most of the time, a convicted felon knows that the probability of them getting a job in the working world is null and void anyway. But my point is, relying heavily on background checks is not going to do shit. Because all these people that are killing people don't have criminal background. And that's a fact. They call them criminals after they went in there and did a criminal act. But in actuality, they're not criminals because most of them were never convicted of anything. Either because they killed themselves, they were killed, or they just haven't been convicted yet. Like the Batman killer. We can't say he's a criminal until he's convicted in a court of law. So, let's stop the bullshit. We can sit back all day, but just go back through the record, man. Look at the post office shooting. Of the post office workers. First off, you can't be a mailman unless you have a clear background. Let's look at the day trader shootings in Atlanta. He didn't have a background. Columbine, they were kids. They didn't have a background. Look at all these high school kids killing other high school kids. How can they have backgrounds? Look at the man that went in there and killed the Amish girls and boys up in, I think it was Pennsylvania. He didn't have a background either. I'm not buying what they're selling, basically is what I'm saying. I think it's just a bunch of bullshit. And you can do all the background checks you want on people. You can do all the background checks you want, and it don't mean nothing. Because people with criminal backgrounds are not doing these mass killings. And that's just the truth of it. Peace.